Okay guys, day one of a 7-day stretch, and today we're going to start with the ankles. So it's often something that people do not consider or think is useful. When we think of stretching, we think of sort of legs, quads, shoulders type thing, but ankles are so important. In the gym for performance, if that's one of your goals, it really helps your squat and your lunge if you have really good ankle mobility. But for day-to-day life, do you ever get up in the morning and you're hobbling up the hall before your ankles warm up? It's really useful for just improving that, so you move more efficiently, move better. So there's a few things we can do to start. You can lie flat, try and keep the knees as flat as possible. And I'm just going to do circles as wide as possible. So already that feels really good, as if something's mobilizing. Back a bit so you can see. And I would do about 30 of those one way, let's say, and then I'm going to reverse the process, and we're going to move anti-clockwise in this instance, and we'll go for 30 the opposite way. So once we finish that, we can point our toes and then come back out. Point our toes as far as possible, come back out. The good thing about this is this can be done at work. So if you're sitting at a desk, you want your ankles to feel good, and you think you'd benefit, you can do 30 of these. And once you finish that, just give it a wee shake, let it recover. And then I'm going to move the opposite way. I'm going to point my toes towards my chest and come out. Keeping the legs perfectly straight. You don't want to bend the knees to chest. So again, 30 of those would be really good. That's called dorsiflexion. Okay, so if you're at home, or if you want to get strange looks in work, what you can do is try and get your ankles as open as possible, and we can sit back on that really, really gently. Sometimes it's very uncomfortable to begin with, but you will feel this sort of area eventually lengthen and open up. And that feels quite nice. I do this myself. I need to do this, and it really helps my ankles. So you can just rock out gently, come back in, maybe give it a bit more range of movement and mobility. And you can do that for a couple of minutes and then let it settle. Maybe sit back, just give it a stretch the opposite way, give it a wee shake. And then what we'll do is some ballistic stretching, which is really useful. So we want to bring the angle of the ankle to the farthest range of movement. So for myself, it's somewhere about here. At that point, the heel will want to come up, but that's okay. So you don't want to keep your feet flat, just off the floor, and you just very gently just want to rock forward and just feel that range of movement increasing gradually. I wouldn't do it too violently that your heel's coming up like so. It has to be just gentle, just forcing that edge of mobility, range of movement. And about 50 of those would be good on each, oops, get back a bit, on each ankle. Okay guys, there's a bit of mobility for the ankles. That will help. Give it a go.